everyone. Welcome to the Fall 2021 NNLM Region 3 LIS Fall Development Awardee presentations. I'm Bailey Sterling, Technology and LIS Coordinator for NNLM Region 3. We are so thrilled that y'all are here, to have y'all here as our student award winners showcase what they've been working on. Now and always, we are very grateful to SCC-MLA for allowing us this forum for our students to show off their work and for us to remain plugged in with such an awesome group of information professionals. So thank y'all very much for that. As I'm sure is the case with all of you, we very much look forward to this conference every year, whether it's in person or virtual. Before I pass the mic on to my students and colleagues, I do want to take a moment to answer an important question. What is NNLM? I'm so glad you asked. The network of the National Library of Medicine is the field force of the National Library of Medicine, which falls under the umbrella of the National Institutes of Health. We're focused on health literacy, progress in the field of medicine, and improving public health. In order to effectively address the unique needs of highly varied populations in our country, NNLM is divided into 7 regions, each region with a regional medical library, or RML, that serves as sort of a headquarters for that region. Each RML spearheads and manages NNLM outreach efforts for their region. And each RML serves in 5-year cycles. So here you can see on this map, there is a picture of, there's a map that has the NNLM regions numbered and divided by color. And Region 3, the region that I represent, is here in the middle. And you'll recognize that most of the states in Region 3 and SCC-MLA do overlap. Our region, NNLM Region 3, is based at the University of North Texas Health Science Center in Fort Worth, Texas. We serve the states of Arkansas, Louisiana, Kansas, Missouri, Nebraska, Oklahoma, and Texas. We used to serve a different set of states that included New Mexico, but New Mexico is now part of Region 4. Shout out New Mexico, we miss you. We served as RML from 2016 to 2021 and were recently re-awarded this honor for the next 5 years, 2021 to 2026. So here you'll see an image of the front of our library, Lewis Library at UNT-HSC in Fort Worth. NNLM Region 3 is interested and invested in growing the professional skills and opportunities available to LIS students in our region. To that end, we are thrilled to introduce you to this batch of students who have proven to us through their applications for the 2021 LIS Fall Development Award and our recent collaboration that the next generation of health information professionals is alive and well and ready to bring us into the future. 3 of these students come from schools in states new to our region, which we're so excited about, Kansas and Missouri, and 1 is from right here in Texas. They have each prepared for you a presentation overviewing a key NLM resource. Our first presentation comes from Alex Boeckman. Alex is a senior library information specialist with Zalk Veterinary Medical Library at the University of Missouri, Columbia. She is working toward her Master of Library Science with a concentration in health information at Emporia State University. Her interests include medical librarianship, open source software, and library technology. She lives with her 2 cats and fiance in Columbia, Missouri. Take it away, Alex.
Hello, everyone, and good morning. Are you able to hear me? Okay, I'm Alex Boeckman, a library and information science student at Emporia State University, as Bailey said, and I will be presenting today on the U.S. National Library of Medicine's resource, ClinicalTrials.gov. And this project was supported by the National Library of Medicine and does not necessarily represent the official views of the NIH. ClinicalTrials.gov is a searchable database that includes privately and publicly funded clinical studies. This includes clinical studies conducted around the world, and the website offers a way for anyone to easily access this information. Today, we're going to take a closer look at COVID-19 clinical trials. ClinicalTrials.gov contains studies that are actively recruiting and studies that will be recruiting in the future, and we will look at how you can participate in these clinical trials. I'll be showing you how you can use filters to find studies that you would be eligible for. Note that before participating in a study, you should talk to your healthcare provider and learn more about the risk and potential benefits. When you go to ClinicalTrials.gov, you'll be greeted by this homepage. Under Find a Study, you can see search boxes that you can use to search the database. And we're going to focus on COVID-19. You'll notice to the left of the screen, there's an orange box with a hyperlink that lists clinical studies related to the coronavirus disease. Let's click on that link. And at the top, you'll notice that there are 6,006 studies related to COVID. That is an enormous amount of information to sort through. So this is a perfect instance to utilize the search filters. These are located on the left side of the screen, and let's take a closer look at those. There are many filters to choose from that will be relevant depending on the type of information you're looking for. And clicking on the blue plus icon expands the section you're wanting to look at. And since we're trying to find COVID studies that we can participate in, we want to narrow down the status of these trials. We should be looking at both recruiting and not yet recruiting trials. And we also want to make it relevant to us. So I'm going to use myself as an example and narrow it down to fit my criteria. And after I've chosen my filters, I'll click the blue apply button. And this brought it down to 1,050 trials. And this is still a large amount of information to sort through. So let's take a look at another way that we can narrow down our search results. And back on the results page, take note of these tabs. I found the On Map button to be useful when trying to narrow down my search results. And when you click on this tab, you'll be directed to this colorful world map. And this map shows the location of where the clinical trials are being conducted. And it also gives you a quick visual to see where most of the studies are being conducted. And you can see that the US and Europe have the most COVID-19 clinical trials that include the filters that we put into place. You can then click on a geographic location to see more. So clicking on the United States reveals a more in-depth map. And here you can choose clinical trials by state. And I'm going to look further into the state that I'm in, Missouri. 16 studies, and that's much more manageable. And you can see all the filters that we use to narrow down these results, which include status, disease, geographic location, gender, age, and health. Now let's go back to the results page. Here you can see the first two results, and we can gather some information about the studies right away from this page. This includes the study title, the conditions, interventions, and locations. And we can also see the status, and new clinical trials are noted with a rectangular blue button that says new. Let's take a closer look at this first study. Clicking on the study trial directs you to a new page, and at the top, you can see the study title. This often gives you a bit more information on what the study is about. And you can also see who sponsors the study. And I want to draw your attention to the link, How to Read a Study Record. Clicking on that link opens a new window that goes into more in-depth detail on how to read the study. Now, if you go further down the results page, you can see what information is given about the study. First, you'll see a description, and this includes a brief summary of the study and a detailed description of the study. And then further down the page, you'll see the study design, and this includes technical details about the way the study has been or will be conducted. And I want to point out the circular blue button with the eye in it. If you click on it, a widget will appear to the left of the screen that provides a glossary of terms. It autofills the term that you've clicked on to give you a definition. And let's see what happens when you click on the icon next to study tab. You can then search for other terms in the search box or click on the X to get rid of the box. And then further down the page, you'll see arms and interventions. This tells you the groups and the interventions this trial will contain. Again, if you're unsure of what these terms mean, you can use the glossary by clicking on the circular information icon. And then next, you'll see a list of planned outcome measures. These include the most important effects that the clinical trial is testing. And in this study, the percentage of participants reporting solicited local or systemic adverse events 7 days following each study vaccination is at the top of the primary outcome measures. Following is the criteria for participating in the study. It first lists the inclusion criteria, and this includes what you must have to be able to participate. Second is the exclusion criteria, or what would make you ineligible for the study. And if this all sounds great to you, and you've talked to your healthcare provider, you're given the contact information provided by the sponsor of the clinical trial. And I want you to note the NCT number. You can always search for this trial by using this number in the search boxes located back at the homepage at ClinicalTrials.gov. And at the top of the screen, you'll notice the option to save the study. When you choose this option, a box will appear, and clicking on this button brings you to a new page where you can see all the studies that you've saved. And then here you can download the studies to your computer. Clicking on the download button makes a pop-up box appear with printing options. It's automatically set to print a PDF of all the columns. And I hope this presentation provided you with an overview on how you can utilize and participate in clinical trials using ClinicalTrials.gov. Thanks for attending my presentation today, and a special thanks to NNLM Region 3 for awarding me with this platform to present today. Thank you. Oh, thank you for all the kind messages in the chat.
Bailey, you're on mute.
Oh, brother, y'all. I said, thank you, Alex. We do have a couple of minutes to entertain questions. So if you have any questions for Alex, please feel free to type those into the chat. But I love to see this steady stream of affirmation.
Yes.
Y'all are so great.
That is so sweet.
We will give a couple of minutes, or a couple seconds anyway, for y'all to type in a couple of questions if you have them. Okay, here we go. Is there any way to look for students for studies involving non-binary people?
So I think there was an option to either choose like male or female, or there might have been an other, but when you go to the studies in the eligibility criteria, it'll specify that. So like in the study that I was looking at, they were considering female, male, and transgender. And I know that's different, but I'm sure if you reach out to the people that sponsor the study, they would be able to answer that better for you.
Awesome. Thanks, Alex. Can you discuss other studies that are available?
Yeah, I didn't look into the specifics of some of the other studies available, and I was looking at studies for people that didn't currently have COVID, but it looked like there were quite a few studies for people that haven't yet been vaccinated but want to get vaccinated, and then studies for people that have had COVID and looking at long-term effects of COVID.
So I really just want to reiterate how impressive, this is speaking personally, how impressive I think these students are. To kind of give you an idea of how this worked, they applied for this award and really started working on these projects last month. And they were really just given like, okay, Sierra, you're doing a presentation on OpenEye, go. And they were told to make a presentation kind of from scratch. They worked really closely with my colleagues who presented each student today. They presented the student that they have been working with. So, I do want to say a special thanks to Edward and Margie and Jen for all the work that you have done with these students. I think the proof is in the pudding that this was a great collaboration, and these students really did a great job. I also do want to point out they were operating under really, really strict time and presentation guidelines so that we could make sure this was streamlined and that everyone got a good amount of time for their presentation. So, I truly am impressed, and I wish that we were in person so that they could hear the applause that they deserve and that I know y'all would be giving. So, thanks again for all your affirmation, everyone. So here's our office contact information. Feel free to reach out whenever. My boss, Executive Director Brian Leaf, likes to say we answer our phones, but I didn't put our phone number on the screen. Silly me. So please email us, or you can go to one of our websites here at the bottom to find our phone number if you'd like it. Also, this second link is our email list sign up. So feel free to head on over there. It just takes 1 minute. We send out 1 to 2 emails a week about different events we have going on. And then that's, of course, how we distribute our quarterly newsletter as well. If you are signed up for our email list, then you got a short bio of each of these students. Just, I think, last week. So these students will continue to work with us throughout the semester. We look forward to doing professional development activities with them. We have some exciting things planned. So here we're seeing in the chat that put this on your CV. Yes, I agree. Put this on your CV. And, this was a great opportunity for them to present at a professional conference, but also a great opportunity to see really how amazing the next generation of medical librarians is. So thank you to each of these students. Y'all just did a bang up job today. Really amazing work.
Thanks for watching. This video was produced by the network of the National Library of Medicine. Select the circular channel icon to subscribe to our channel, or select a video thumbnail to watch another video from the channel.